Hello, my name is Tinu Odunuga. I would like to introduce our health talks to you today. We're going to start with some topics affecting heads, affecting spine, and affecting knees. We have Dr. Ashish, who's going to shed more light into those areas. We're going to start by talking about muscle tension that leads to headaches. Yes, muscle tension. There is something called tension headaches. And these tension headaches are two types of tension headaches. We have episodic headache, which occurs when you are hungry, angry, when you're tired, when you're stressed, depressed, to suffice. We also have chronic headaches. Chronic headaches occurs about 15 to 16 times a month, continuously for about 3 months. We'll also talk about spine. We want to know the injuries that affects people on the spine. And we're going to start by talking about injuries caused by disc slips. Disc slip. We'll also talk about muscle or ligament strain that causes back pain. We want to know the best sleeping position. You know, some pains can be referred or related to kidney failure or kidney problem, but not all back aches are related to kidney problems. So the doctor is going to take us to that. Now, the last one with the doctor will be knee. We want to talk about arthritis and other problems and pains in the knee. We'll also talk about stimulation. Stimulator is a type of device that helps to relieve pain in the spine. So the doctor is going to take us through all that. Now, we have another medical expert here, a nurse over 35 years, Nurse Margaret. She's going to now explain the interconnection between mental health disorders and suicide. We're talking about relationship with people who are suffering from mental health problems. What are the symptoms? What are the treatments? And we want to know how the spouses or the carers cope during these problems. We know it is not easy. Sometimes there's something called lack of equality, because someone with memory problem and depression at the same time, who is in a relationship with someone who is stable, might sometimes put a strain or drain on that relationship. The doctor will be explaining to us how we can cope if you are going through such a situation. If you are the person suffering from a mental health disorder and memory problem in a relationship with someone who is stable, the doctor would also give us an advice or advices on how to cope in such relationship. We want to know how young people cope with mental health problems. Sometimes it's not easy to diagnose these problems, but we'll also understand why. So we want to know the difference between unipolar disorder and bipolar disorder, and also stress relations to depression. Send us an email. The information is below the screen. Thank you. Hello, I am Tinu Odunuga. I would like to talk about something very important today. Let's talk about women who are bringing women down. It's not the best thing to do at all. Every human being on this planet has flaws and the good side. Always remember that when a woman walks out of a marriage or when a woman makes a mistake, it's not her wish. Sometimes we make mistakes, sometimes inadvertently. But why do we try to bring another woman down? Some women are going through domestic violence, but instead of us to appreciate the fact that they are bold enough to come out to talk about it, we do not appreciate that. Instead, what we do mostly is condemn, which is not fair on so many women. It is time for us to wake up, to get up, and appreciate each woman's efforts in talking about these problems. Let's find ways to make the woman happy. A woman who is going through domestic violence, she needs support, she needs love, she needs to be appreciated. She needs a way out, and she needs a way forward. We sometimes condemn women. Some men would, treat a woman in a terrible way. What we need to do is stand up together and uplift the woman's spirit by encouraging her with positive words, rather than bringing her down. Don't give up if you are that woman who has made a lot of mistakes in the past, but you do not know how to move forward. If you don't know how to move forward, there is always a way out, but don't give up. The best is coming. If you are a woman in a domestic relationship, whether in a relationship with domestic violence, if you are that woman in a relationship with where there's always domestic violence, where you're always being brought down, you're always being belittled, you're always being kicked or punched, please don't accept it. Do not bottle up. Speak to someone that can support you. Speak to the right professional rather than speaking to people who will kick you more, or speak to people who will kick you or send attacks through their venomous words. What you need is the right professional person who would put you through that. Also today, I would like us to talk about young people. Let's talk about young people who are facing depression. During the lockdown, we would realize that a lot of our young people have been depressed. Some of them were coping or struggling with depression before the lockdown. Now, what happens with them? They bottle up, and you hear a huge amount of percentage of young people who are taking their lives or who are taking drugs. A lot of children these days are taking weed, they're taking drugs because they need something to settle their mind, like they say, or they just need somewhere to turn to. They turn to a wrong person who takes them to a wrong group or wrong circle. So let us speak to our young children. We also need the government to invest in so many facilities that can uplift them. We also need to try as much as possible to empower them. They are wealthy in their knowledge. We need to appreciate that. We need to nurture their brain. We need to nurture them. We need to work with them. We need to walk with them through the right channel and never put our children down. It is not easy. It is not easy for parents not to express their anger sometimes. We have the right to do that, but at the same time we have to correct ourselves and show them love more. We need to discipline them at the right time without condemning our children. The best will happen. Children, the best will happen. The young children out there, the young people out there, please do not give up. Always learn to go through the right channels rather than rushing to get rich quickly. Be contented with what you have, and tomorrow will be brighter.